essay series, No One Else, Just Me. Reflections on a Borderlander's Identity. Quietly listening to the question, Who am I? This is a documentary-style essay from a life crossing the borders of nation, language, and culture, asking again what it means to live as myself. This is a story no name could hold. May this offer you, too, a quiet moment to face the border within your heart. For Yanbian tongue, a universe within, the world remembered in my mother tongue. Language has never been merely a tool. Within it lies the grain of the time we have lived, the traces of emotions once cried and laughed through, and the breath of memories we never managed to name. All of these quietly settle into language. For me, the language that truly belongs to me, the one that grew up alongside me, is Yanbian Korean. It is neither South Korean Korean nor the standardized cultural language of the North. Within my language are held the lives and breathing rhythms of people from this land, along with memories and cultures layered down through generations. Yanbian Korean, even though it cannot be seen, it allows me to exist as myself, to remain who I am. It is not vast, yet immeasurably deep, a small inner universe, quietly yet clearly continuing to shine in the depths of my heart. The rhythm of Yanbian Korean. My mother tongue is Yanbian Korean. Yanbian lies in northeastern China, an autonomous prefecture of ethnic Koreans. Even today, many people here continue to use Korean as the language of everyday life. Yet it is neither the Korean spoken in Seoul, nor the cultural language used in Pyongyang. Though all are called Korean, the intonation, vocabulary, and even the use of grammar differ markedly. These differences go beyond mere dialect. They arise from the distinct cultural rhythms shaped by lives lived through different histories. Language is not simply sound. Language is the form our memories have taken. Within Yanbian speech, some words have been worn down and reshaped by time, yet never disappeared. They are still spoken, still used, even now. For example, some words left behind as Japanese passed through, others echoing Chinese sounds, settling into daily life. Without drawing attention to themselves, these words quietly speak of history's traces and cultural encounters, still alive in everyday language. Yanbian Korean, rooted in daily life. I was born and raised in Yanbian. At home, at school, in the marketplace, the language I heard was always Yanbian Korean. Street signs displayed Chinese and Korean side by side, yet what people spoke was simply Korean. It was not a textbook language, but a language living fully within everyday life. Classes were taught in Korean. Chinese was introduced in elementary school, and later, Japanese or English in middle school. At home, the television mostly aired Yanbian Korean programs. Sometimes we watched Korean Central Television. Chinese programs were far fewer. Even when Chinese programs were on, it was often hard to follow their content. I was no exception. Until middle school, what I mainly encountered were Yanbian broadcasts and Korean Central Television. By the 1990s, Korean dramas had begun to slip into everyday life, gradually finding their place. Language boundaries slowly began to seep into everyday living, yet at the center of life remained Yanbian Korean. For many ethnic Koreans, neither Chinese nor South Korean Korean felt familiar. With Yanbian Korean alone, life went on day by day. University and a wider world. The turning point came when I entered university in Beijing. Chinese, Korean, Japanese, English, standing at the crossroads of so many languages, my world opened all at once. Until then, Chinese had been nothing more than a school subject, not a language truly used in daily life. After entering university in Beijing, I found myself, for the first time, fully immersed in the world of Chinese. Dormitory life, classes, assignments, shopping, administrative procedures, everything in daily life had to be done in Chinese. My roommates came from across the country. At first, my Chinese was far from fluent, and I could not help but feel tense and hesitant. But my roommates encouraged me. Take your time. There's no rush. Your pronunciation is good. Your word choice too. Those gentle words helped me let go of my unease. Little by little, Chinese became part of my life. By the end of the first semester, speaking it no longer felt strained. And yet, one remark from my thesis advisor, "Your Chinese grammar is still a bit weak," continues to echo quietly in my heart. Encounters with Korean, Japanese, and English. My encounter with South Korean Korean was another powerful shock. Through conversations with students and professors from Korea, I came face to face for the first time with another Korean. Yanbian Korean and South Korean Korean, though sharing the same name, differed strikingly in vocabulary, intonation, and even vocal texture. At first, it felt unfamiliar, even distant, but through repeated imitation of expressions and intonation, that rhythm gradually grew familiar. Later, I often heard Koreans say, "You speak beautifully. It's very easy to understand you." At university, Japanese and English were also required subjects. Through exchanges with Japanese students, Japanese too began to flow naturally. At times, I even served as a Chinese Korean or Chinese Japanese interpreter at international academic conferences. Living between languages. And now, I live in Japan. Yanbian Korean, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, English. moving back and forth among these languages, I have become who I am today. Yet no single language can fully contain all of me. Each time I switch languages, the pitch of my voice, my facial expressions, even the rhythm of my body shift quietly. Perhaps it is the same me, changing clothes to match each language. And still, in the deepest part of me, the language that continues to breathe alongside me is Yanbian Korean. It allows me to be myself. It is memory, emotion, and the root of who I am. The childhood days of laughing and crying in my mother's arms. Hours spent sitting with friends, sharing dreams. Unnamed feelings flowing beneath the night sky. Tears swallowed in silence. In all of those moments, Yanbian speech was always there. Some emotions can only be spoken in Yanbian Korean. Some warmth can only be carried through it. Only when I speak my mother tongue do those subtle sensations, the breath and rhythm of language, truly come into focus. And when even that rhythm is shared, perhaps that is when we finally understand what it means to truly connect. As my language slowly fades, regrettably, the number of people who speak Yanbian Korean is steadily declining. To reach a wider world, you need Chinese. Korean is more refined, more useful. Amid such voices, society and education have gradually shifted toward Chinese. Yanbian Korean has come to be seen as a language of a small world, pushed from a language of daily life into one of the past. Facing this reality, I cannot help but feel a quiet sorrow. The language that raised me, that carries my emotions and memories, that is steeped in the scent and breath of life, is slowly fading away. At the thought of it, my chest tightens. Living in this way, living among multiple languages, often brings with it a wavering of identity. Yet it is precisely within that wavering that different elements overlap and intertwine, sketching a gentle outline within uncertainty. And there we search for our own way of being. To live in Yanbian speech is to carry the past, to live fully in the present, and to pass our stories on toward the future. A soft, warm tremor tinged with nostalgia within the intonation, texture, and rhythm of Yanbian speech lie the years I have lived. Only when I speak Yanbian Korean do I feel most myself, my heart finally at ease. Yanbian Korean, a small yet irreplaceable universe that allows me to be who I am. Even if one day it no longer survives as a language of daily life, the memories it carries will never disappear. They will remain within me, like countless stars in the night sky, quietly accompanying me. About the author. An ethnic Korean, born in Yanbian, China, and living in Japan. Writing in multiple languages and cultures, the author captures fragments of memory and emotion through poetry and essays.